Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I did that. If you're new around these parts, my name is of course Callum, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's quite simple. You just hit that subscribe button, and also remember to click that notification bell so you know when I upload my next new video, which is every Wednesday at an updated time of 1 PM EST and now 6 PM BST, just because I am starting work and I have class from 10:45 until 12:15. So my old time of 12 PM doesn't work for me anymore to be able to post on my social medias to let everyone know. So yes, so it's now an updated time of 1 PM EST and 6 PM BST. So make sure you remember that change. Okay, before we get into today's video, I'm just gonna clear up a few things that have happened in the last video and some things I need to be dealing with. So in the last video, I don't know what happened with my microphone. It kept changing as I noticed when I was editing, and I couldn't really do anything about it. I tried to play around with like the volume and different effects on my voice, but it just didn't end up working. So I'm apologising for like the audio was really loud at points and it was really odd and it sounded really tinny at points as well, so I do apologise for that. I also apologise, a few people have messaged me saying that my code isn't working on CalsWorld, so I went away and messaged them, and they sent me a brand new code just that should be working, so hopefully. The code is exactly the same, but so it's CalsWorld 10 now. So instead of just CalsWorld, it's CalsWorld 10. So if you are going to shop on CalsWorld, make sure you use that code. It's updated now, and hopefully it is working now. Can't think of anything else, so why don't we just get into it? So today's video, you'll know by the title exactly what I'm going to be doing. And today, that is recreating a look. Not only just a look from anybody, but one of my favourite YouTubers and someone who got me started in makeup and probably starting my YouTube channel, and that is of course Makemeupmissa. I haven't talked about her enough. She is amazing, she's talented, she's just off this chart. I love her, I think she's amazing, she's also hilarious. And she's Scottish, so so you guys can go check out her channel, and I will also link the video to this, both of them. I'll link them here and I'll link them in the description. I'll insert a picture also. So this is the look that I'm going to be creating. It's a Vampy purple monochromatic look. She did a monochromatic series on her channel, which is also phenomenal. So if you want to go check that out, please go check it out on her channel. Because as soon as I seen this, I was like, oh my god, I need to do this. It's like purple fantasy. Yes, everything. Give me God. So that's about it. I'm going to sneeze. Oh Jesus. I'm going to try to, as much as possible, stick to the way that Missa does this. Missa obviously has different eye shape than me. She has bigger and more space. So I'm going to try and do it as much as possible, keeping it the same. But obviously I'll adapt it to my eye shape as well and do the best that I can. I think I just wanted to go through what I'll be using so you guys kind of know. So I'll grab the palettes that I'll be using. For this look, majorly, she uses the Morphe 39S Such a Gem palette, which looks a little bit like this. It's massive, it's the same size as James Charles one. It's glorious, it's purple, it's pink, it's everything I could have asked for a pink and purple fantasy. The other palette that she uses, I think 1 or 2 shades from, is the Mercury Retrograde. So today's video, I'm going to do things like I have been doing for the last wee while. I will be doing a full face and then doing one eye off camera, and you'll join me for the second eye, which will be this eye we'll be doing together. Tip that I learned from Glow Up, or I already knew that I just reinforced it from Glow Up. If you are right-handed, you're usually better at doing your right hand eye, so do your left eye first, and you're going to find it much easier to replicate on your right. Without further ado, I will go ahead and put a full base on, and you will see me in a second. Okay, so yes, we are back. I know I said I would come back with a full face, but I thought I'd show you this part first because I forgot to mention it. She does purple eyebrows. So I used the 39S palette and I did some purple gradient brows. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my makeup, what I'm using today for my base. I will speed the whole process up, but I will show you each individual item of what I like use, so you guys can see. So yeah, I'm just going to leave this filming and we'll go in and we'll do my base. So yes, I will see you in a second when we actually will do my eyes. So see you in a sec. Okay, so hi, we are back and we have one full eye done. Isn't she like stunning? Okay, so I need to remember what brushes I used for what. I know for a fact she takes like some type of brush to put on the colour first, and she takes this kind of colour here. I'm gonna zoom you in, so let's just do that. This is as close as I can get you guys, so sorry that you're not closer to seeing more detailed stuff. Like I said, I'm taking a brush from Amazon, I'm flat packing basically, and she just puts on like the first shade. This shade. Pat this on like the outer portion. These colours would perform by just building them up because I have a powdered down base. They just need to build up a little bit more. We'll go in and we'll do the inside corner as well. Okay, now I'm taking M506 from Morphe, and I'm going to go in with the same shade, a little bit of the product, and just start like kind of like brushing around the edges a little bit. Kind of doing not the wing shape yet because I do that with a later shade. I kind of learned most of my like blending tips from Missa, so I'm not worried about it. I just need to get the shade down at the moment. And I'm going to go in with another colour. I'm going to go in with an M433. And I'm going to go into this shade here, taking that a little bit, tapping off the excess and lightly just going over the edge of this. This slightly more like purpley tone rather than like bluey purpley, so it's just like start to kind of dragging this out a tiny bit. I mentioned last video about Glow Up Season 2. Glow Up Season 2, in my opinion, is better than Glow Up Season 1. I feel like the standard's higher. Usually, as the seasons go, usually with most shows, like, as the show gets more well known, there's more like people audition for it, and there's, you know, like the standards raised as well. I also really like it because someone I know is on it. Her name is Ophelia, and I was rooting from her from the start. I'm not going to do any spoilers or whatnot, but I love her looks. Like, love her looks. Oh yeah, I wish I was that talented. So yeah, and I'm going to try to recreate maybe like one of her looks. I'm very excited to do that actually. Very excited to try that out. I'm going to go in with this shade here. These three shades, like Missa did, are the ones that I put on my eyebrows, because if you've not noticed, my eyebrows are purple. And they're layered to this multi-purple and pink halo eye look. That's what I would call it. I don't know what Missa calls it, but this is a halo eye look to me. So just kind of like patting it on like the kind of where that shade used to be, basically.
By the way, these shades, like the three that I've just pointed out, are what's on my brows.
That's that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this black. Like I said in my Sailor Moon one, I tend to find, and also Missa says it in this, that the shades that have like glitter particles in them, I find, although they're pretty, when you put them on the eye, they just end up blending out into like the glitter particles disappear. So we're placing this black on the outer corner here, just to really deepen up this look, because Missa loves a bit of depth. Tell you that. She does. I think she loves like adding black to like most looks, to be honest, just to like give things a little bit of depth to them. And adding this both on my inner and outer corner. So you can see like it dramatifies. Wow, Callum, English. So now we'll put that black on. We're going to go back in with the brush, the M506 that we used for that like purple shade originally, and I'm going to just buff this out around to black. So basically what we're going to do now is, we've added the black, is we're going to go back in with those three shades and basically start to kind of blend it all out again. What is the word I'm looking for? That's just what we're going to do. So she goes into her Mercury retrograde now and goes into the shade Libra, and I'm going in with an M507, and I'm going to dip into this shade lightly, tap off the excess, basically put this now like around the edges, and this is where I'm going to start to form more of this kind of like winged out kind of effect basically. Then she goes into this kind of like fuchsia. Fuchsia, that's not fuchsia, that's like magenta, kind of like pinky shade here. I don't know if it's magenta, ignore me, a pinky. More pinky, purple. Put this around the edge a little bit to make it a little bit more pinky. Okay, she goes now in with a white kind of like a white NYX like eyeshadow base, and basically all I'm gonna go in with, because I don't have the NYX eyeshadow base, I'm gonna take the Magic Star concealer because it's the whitest kind of like thinnish consistency I have. I do have a white, but it wouldn't blend out well, so I'm gonna take this on my P. Louise 7072 brush. Basically, I'm gonna start making the shape now. Good. Okay, so literally that. Wiping off the brush so there's not much on it, and my hands are so disgusting at the moment. Then going basically in with the edges and pulling it and diffusing the edges a little bit more. And actually what I like to do is go in with my finger and basically diffuse it with my finger. Because I find that's easier than doing the brush way that Missa does it. That's just a personal preference thing. I'm going to go back in with this M506, which had the darkest purple that we started off with, and just start to kind of brush this up the sides of this. We'll go on with the black a tiny little bit, but not right now. I just kind of want to diffuse the edges a little bit. And with this tiny little M149, I'm going to go in to the shade Utopia in the Mercury Retrograde palette, which is like a peach. And Missa is so right, she says when she applies this that peaches and purples and pink go so well together, and they do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this just here and go all the way up to the top with this kind of peachy. So now taking, wherever that brush is, this unnamed Amazon brush, and I'm gonna go into this one here, bang right in the center of the space that I have where the peach isn't lying. All the way down the bottom, and just placing this all the way up to the top. Not worrying about blending at all at the moment, to be honest. Kind of like, so I'm going in with the brush I used the peach with, going back and forth between that metallic shade, and just blending them together ever so slightly. Same brush that I used the peach with, we're gonna go in with, pack this next to the peach. So I'm packing this like along the line of the peach shade to start to then try to blend like the blacks and purples all together. So, sorry, Marcy was coming to sit beside me. He's not gonna come say hi because he's holding corn on the cob and a glass of wine. Odd combination, but ta-da! That's done. I'm gonna go on with my M506, which is the brush that I used for the original purple, and just basically blend the lightest kind of pinkish shade that I put into the up here. Okay. Now what she does to add a little bit of pizzazz is go in with my heavy metal glitter liner from Urban Decay in the shade Grind, and basically just places this all in the silver shade and just puts like the width of the brush, like just a somewhat, looks similar ish. Okay, so I wasn't happy with my base, like this whole area, so I went away and I reapplied my base. So we've obviously lost like the lower lash line on this side and this side, so at the moment I've not moved any further on. Now I'm gonna go in with my KVD Vegan Beauty tattoo liner and do like a black line. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this Rimmel Wonder Swipe 2-in-1 like liner and shadow. Is it in the shade? In the shade 3, it's like a blue sparkly glitter liner basically, which is on this side, and I'm gonna go in, place this on top of the black line, and that'll be literally it. That's that done. And that's literally it, other than the lower lash line. So let's go ahead and do a lower lash line. Taking the same small brush I did before, tiniest amount of black from the palette, like, and tapping off excess majorly. Going in and making sure that I'm pulling it all the way up to my lashes and not that far in. Now what we're going to do, using the same brush and just wiping off this excess, going into the first shade we used with that dark bluish purple, wiping off the excess, and going in basically on top of the black, connecting the outside to the inside basically. Now into that like kind of like next shade up purple, more purpley, like a true purple. Same thing, not very much like down, kind of taking over. This is all with the same brush by the way. And then going in with this magenta, this one. Touching a little bit of it and then basically going this from like the midway point all the way to the inner corner. Then taking my M507 in the shade Libra from the Mercury Retrograde, I can get this open, so this kind of like lilac-y purple, taking that on my M507, little bits of it, and kind of like dusting this here to like connect the outer half and all the way underneath into the inner corner. Just dusting very lightly like the bottom half of this and up here, and then creating, this is when I finally like created the outer portion of this look. So there we go, we've done that. I'm going to add some brow bone highlight now with my M222 from the Morphe Pride collection, the first time it came out, and I'm going to take the shade Supermoon from the Mercury Retrograde palette, tapping this on my brow bone here, so just gives it a little bit more kind of dimension. If you know me and brow bone highlight, I freaking love it. And then going on my inner corner, and placing it in my inner corner. So I'm gonna go away and put contour and contour, bronzer, and then we'll come back and put a little bit more of like a purpley toned blush on. And then we'll come back and I'll stay for the highlighter and I'll pop on lashes, and then, you know, we'll just get on with the look basically. So I will see you in a second for some blush. Bye guys. I'm gonna go with blush today. Today we always do blush. So we're gonna go in, have a blush in mind that I think will work. It's a MAC blush and it's in the shade Breath of Plum. It's a little bit more plummy, a little bit more purpley, which I thought would be quite good. I'm gonna see what it's like. Yeah, so it looks like this. So it's not like, you know, purple, but it's not like my usual like pink, bright pink. So I'm gonna go in with this brush. So I quite like that blush. I've never actually used it that much because I thought I didn't really like it. Maybe I do. I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild highlighting powder duo in the shade Blossom Glow. I think this is kind of pinky. This will kind of go with what I'm going for. Pinky, purpley. I don't have like a purple highlight, so we're gonna go with pink. Okay, so we'll put the highlighter on, we've done everything. I'm going to stick some lashes on, I think. It's lashes. Stick some slashes on. I'm gonna stick some lashes on is what I'm gonna do. Bora, ones that are very dirty. An MUA liquid lip, and it's in the shade Curious. I'm gonna swatch it just to see if I think it's gonna like match. Swatch it here. Oh my god, yes. This is like perfect, like Look at that. It's gonna go great with this look. So I need to find out something to line my lips with. And I'm gonna put that on. And then we're done. Thanks, Brain. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about that look. And then, yeah. Okay. Go on with this and line my lips with this. I will see you in a second. So lining my lips and then going in with the MUA Velvet Lip Lacquer in the shade Curious. I'm going in. So, I'm actually living my goth fantasy at the moment. Like, thank you, Missa, for inspiring this in me. So, I'm gonna go away, fix my hair, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about this frickin' look, because we can't not. See you in a second. Oh my god. Hi. Welcome back. First of all, extremely proud that I managed to pull this look off and actually do like a Makemeupmissa look, because I wanted to do one for like the longest time, and I actually managed to do one today. And I did it. And I'd say it's not like hers. She's much better and her looks amazing, but it's not that bad. Hurrah. But this is the fantasy I didn't know I needed. Like, I knew I love purples, but this is like vampy, goth, like, I'm living that fantasy right now. Absolutely living that fantasy right now. Yes. So, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to be trying a lot more recreation videos where I do other people's looks. Like I said, I'm going to be trying some of Ophelia's look from Glow Up Season 2. So I'm excited to try that. So I'm very, very, very excited to try those out. Yeah, I'm excited. Excited for the channel. I'm going to try new stuff and get some new stuff done, and hope you guys like it. But that is it for today's video. There's nothing else other than to do that. I am proud of myself for recreating this, and I think it looks bomb, to be honest with you. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yes, you know you want to turn that notification bell on, like this video, and comment what you want to see more of on the channel, because it really means a lot to me to be able to hear your support and hear your feedback for all of the stuff that I'm doing. So it would mean a lot. But I will see you in the next video. I love you very much. Bye. Yes. Get that fantasy, honey. Yes.